Hello, amazing people. Look, this isn't the live reading I was going to do of the continuation of the Secret Teachings document. This is something I just found this moment. I had a vision of 1218, which led me to this, believe it or not. This is it. This is what I've been saying. This is proof of everything I've been saying in one small 5-page speech made by an Illuminati rabbi. So you just wait. I'm going to read this 5-page speech to you, and it's going to absolutely, corroborate everything I've been saying. Absolutely everything, and it's incredible. So just hold on, and I want this to be. I'll be adding the link to the document, but I want this to be shared. This has to be shared. This will fuck Israel completely. It'll fuck Judaism completely. Anti-Semitism, it points out that they created anti-Semitism for the cause of creating all the wars, and they're trying to bring on World War III. So let's just, hang on. This is a 5-page speech by an Illuminati rabbi, and it is a smoking gun, really, honestly. The document is well, it's from the 15th of October 1952. General Smith has asked me to acknowledge your kind message. So, dear Mr. Blank, this will only tell you what. I'll add the link after I finish this reading because it only with the way X works, if I take over an hour, I can't edit the post. But if I finish before an hour, I can take the link and add it. So I'll do that after. But anyway, so let's just do this. So I'll add the link after. Let's get to it. I'm reading from my phone. For some reason, it's giving me issues with opening this on my laptop. So where are we? Just have to make sure this is streaming because it was saying I had issues yesterday with it streaming. And so it seems to be okay. I'm not seeing the video show up here, but if it doesn't, got the video anyway recording, and I'll share it immediately. So let's get to it because this is incredible. Right. I am so happy. I am so fucking happy. All right, so we've got dear Mr. Blanked Out. General Smith has asked me to acknowledge your kind message of 1st of October 1952. He has taken note of the enclosure. Sincerely, Assistant to the Director, Rel AML, District Orange Addressee. Just got that shit right. Okay, so let's get to it. This is the speech of Rabbi Emanuel Rabinovitch. Rabinovitch. Remember everything I've been saying to you about how the war was caused by the Jews on purpose? The Holocaust was fake. It was all to bring about the war, America against Germany, and same with Russia with the communism. And so World War One and World War Two were absolutely planned by the Jewish Illuminati. And let's just say Judaism, right? And this goes into all of that and more, much more, and how they're trying to bring about World War Three. They thought they were going to bring World War Three about 5 years after World War Two, but it never happened. It was diverted. But what are they trying to do now? So listen to this. Speech of Rabbi Emanuel Rabinovitch. The following is a speech of Rabbi Emanuel Rabinovitch before a special meeting of the Emergency Council of European Rabbis. European rabbis, right? In Budapest, Hungary, January 12, 1952. Greetings, my children. You have been called here to recapitulate the principal steps of our new program. As you know, we had hoped to have 20 years between wars to consolidate the great gains which we made from World War II. But our increasing numbers in certain vital areas is arousing opposition to us, and we must now work with every means at our disposal to precipitate World War III within 5 years. You see, Israel was expanding out, attacking all the Arab countries, and they wanted World War III to come about. So, the attention would be taken away from that, and also all the sacrifice, the depopulation, gain further control of the world. So, the goal for which we have striven, listen to this, the goal for which we have striven so concertedly for 3,000 years. Now, three is an evil number, remember? Three is like third eye and all that. I've gone into the number system with you, and especially that secret teachings document I'm reading out to you. 3,000 years they've been doing this. 3,000 years. The goal for which we have striven so concertedly for 3,000 years, don't tell me the Jews aren't evil, is at last within our reach. And because its fulfillment is so apparent, it behoves us to increase our efforts and our caution tenfold. I can safely promise you that before 10 years have passed, our race, the master race, our race will take its rightful place in the world. Listen to this, with every Jew a king and every Gentile a slave. You and me, Gentiles, we're slaves. Applause from gathering, in brackets. You remember the success of our propaganda campaign during the 1930s, which aroused anti-American passions in Germany at the same time we were arousing anti-German passions in America, a campaign which culminated in the Second World War. A similar propaganda campaign is now being waged intensively throughout the world. A war fever is being worked up in Russia by an incessant anti-American barrage, while a nationwide anti-communist scare is sweeping America. And I told you that they were accusing countries of being communists and saying that you've got to take out the communists, they're evil. They weren't even communist countries. They were just labeling them communists so they could attack them when they were actually the communists. Because communism is Judaism, yeah? I mean, Trotsky, Lenin, and Marx were Jews, so was Stalin, and they changed their names. Stalin changed his names 5 times, I think. A similar propaganda campaigns have been waged intensively throughout the world. A war fever has been worked up in Russia by incessant anti-American barrage, while a nationwide anti-communist scare is sweeping America. This nationwide anti-communist scare is sweeping America. This campaign is forcing all of the smaller nations to choose between the partnership of Russia or an alliance with the United States. Our most pressing problem at the moment is to inflame the lagging militaristic spirit of the Americans. So this is why they caused the Americans to think that the Arabs were bad, because they wanted them on a war footing and to supply them with weapons and stuff. Islam is not bad. It's the most peaceful religion, even though all religions were created by the Jews. They're the most peaceful people you'll find, and they're not terrorists. Again, so they pointed the finger saying terrorists, so we would attack them, and like they pointed the finger saying communists, so we would attack them. And now what's the latest one? It's not communism. It's they're going on about trafficking and all that sort of stuff. Cyber warfare, it is, isn't it? So, where are we? Sorry, I lost my spot. A war fever has been worked up in Russia by incessant American barrage. This campaign is forcing. I read that. Okay, our most pressing problem at the moment is to inflame the lagging militaristic spirit of the Americans. The failure of the Universal Military Training Act, I haven't heard of that, was a great setback to our plans, but we are assured that a suitable measure will be rushed through Congress immediately after the 1952 elections. Who was elected in 1952? they're assured that things are going to go their way in Congress in 1952 after the election. So I'm not sure who the president was when Truman. No. Truman was during World War II. Was it Carter or Johnson? I'm not sure. I think it was Johnson, wasn't it? And that makes sense because Johnson is one of the top 13 Illuminati bloodlines, and that's why you got Johnson and Johnson Pharmaceuticals. Yeah. So the Russian as well as the Asiatic peoples are well under control and offer no objections to war. So it's all planned. And the Russians and the Asiatic people are on board and they're not objecting to war. Oh, but we must wait to secure the Americans. See, this is proof right there. I've told you every war is a handshake agreement between the leaders. It's not a case of them hating each other. They're family. They're Illuminati group together, right? It's a matter of you kill my people, I'll kill yours because it's depopulation and we're Gentiles. So by setting us off to war, they're looking good. We're saving our country. You're fighting for the greater good. You're fighting for your family. The war never had to happen. It was only so they could depopulate and slap each other on the back and congratulate each other on the sacrifices that they made. Yes, our men died, really, and they died believing they were fighting for the right cause, for good. But the fact is, neither side should have been there because war was never necessary, and every war has been like that. So, because remember, if a leader was to try to depopulate his own nation, we've seen what happens when that happens, right? They get overthrown as a despot and they get hung or like shot in the street, and that's what would happen. You wouldn't last long before your people overthrew you. So you look like a hero when you're sending your people off to get killed. That's what war's all about. This is what I've been saying for a long time. And this document is just this one speech, clarifies everything. So, and this is great because this is going to talk about anti-Semitism right here. This we hope to do with the issue of anti-Semitism, right? Which worked so well in uniting the Americans against Germany. We are counting heavily on reports of anti-Semitic outrages in Russia to whip up indignation in the United States and produce a front of solidarity against the Soviet power. So, they wanted to cause war between America and Russia, and so to get Americans on board, they tried to make it look like the Soviets were doing terrible things to the Jews, just like the Nazis were, which they never were. It was all, even then, it was all to just the cause of war. From my understanding, Germany was actually not even on board with this. They didn't want to have war. They had to bring the Americans on board against them. Well, then again, they might have still been on board. The leaders might have still been on board. Because, yeah, when you look at the way that they play it, they don't give a shit about their people that are killed. You can find every single country is on board, even Australia. So we are counting heavily on reports of anti-Semitic outrages in Russia, and this is what caused Project Symphony, which is a document I shared recently, which is when all the Sephardic Jews from the Eastern European sect went to Israel and worldwide, like put their dirty little roots in it. So the Sephardics and Ashkenazi Jews are both evil as fuck and both work together. Call me anti-Semitic, I don't give a fuck, I don't like them. Which worked so well in uniting the Americans against Germany. We're counting heavily on reports of anti-Semitic Washington. Simultaneously, demonstrate to Americans the reality of anti-Semitism, we will advance through new sources large sums of money to outspokenly anti-Semitic elements in America to increase their effectiveness and we shall stage anti-Semitic outbreaks in several of their larger cities. This will serve the double purpose of exposing reactionary sectors in America, which then can be silenced, and of welding the United States into a devoted anti-Russian unit. Within 5 years, the program will achieve its objective, the Third World War, which will surpass in destruction all previous contests. They're trying to bring about the most destructive war possible. It says there. I hope you realise this is coming, and I've warned about it, and it's this fucking year. So this will serve the double purpose of exposing reactionary. Oh, hang on, missed a part there. Sorry, people, I've just lost my spot. Alright. America to increase their effectiveness, and we shall stage anti-Semitic outbreaks in several of their largest cities. This is America. This will serve the double purpose of exposing reactionary sectors in America, which then can be silenced, and of welding the United States into a devoted anti-Russian unit. I swear I missed a part there because we're talking about a war that would cause. Oh, sorry, it looks like I accidentally scrolled back up, so I was on the wrong page just now. I do apologise when this happens, it's annoying, but the page jumps. Yeah, it did, certainly did. So within 5 years, this program will achieve its objective, the Third World War, which will surpass in destruction all previous contests. Israel, of course, will remain neutral. Oh, really? Israel, of course, will remain neutral, and when both sides are devastated and exhausted, we will arbitrate, sending our control commissions into all wrecked countries. This war will end for all time our struggle against the Gentiles. We will openly reveal our identity with the races of Asia and Africa. I can state with assurance that the last generation of white children is now being born. We're trying to wipe out whites. And this is why they did the immigration thing, right? Don't want to sound racist. I've got no problem with interracial relations. I mean, my grandchild is part Filipino, which beautiful child, and I've got no problem with that. But what they did try and do when they flooded the borders was to do that because they're trying to, and it's part of the whole Coudenhove-Kalergi plan, which was half Japanese, half Jewish guy, right, who came up with this over 100 years, probably 130 years ago now. And, it is for that purpose. It's so we will no longer have our own identity. The Jews, because apparently it's spiritual condemnation or whatever to mixed races, the Jews say. So they won't do it. And therefore, we don't have our own identity anymore. We won't be able to say we're white because we're mixed with all that. I don't want to sound racist. I'm not racist. But that's exactly what their plan is. That's exactly what they've been doing. That's why on the adverts now you see mixed couples all the time. Nearly every single movie you have mixed couples, and it's got more and more. That's just it. It's part of their plan, right? They own Hollywood. That the last generation of white children would be born. Fucking hate you scumbag piece of shit Jews. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Call me anti-Semitic. I'm not a racist. Look, I'll put it this way: if you're a Jew and you don't practice Torah, Talmud, or any of the Judaism religion, then you're fine by me. But if you're a Jew and you practice any of this religion, you're a piece of shit, and I fucking can't stand you, and I can't wait, because you're the ones that are going to be obliterated from this world, and Allah is going to make sure of that. Fuckers. So anyway, sorry, that really sparked something in me. I don't like when they're saying that they're going to wipe out my race. And they're saying that Asia and Africa are okay with it. They hate us that much. What I just said, what I was just talking about is in this document. I haven't read it. I only read the first part of it before I decided to come on here and... Okay. Our control commissions of white children is now being born. Our control commissions will, in the interests of peace and wiping out interracial tensions, forbid the whites to mate with whites. The white women must forbid the whites to mate with... The white women must cohabit with members of the dark races. The white man and our most dangerous enemy will become only a memory. Because we're the most dangerous enemy. That's why they're doing it. Don't let it happen. Don't fall for it. The white women must cohabit with members of the dark races, the white man with dark women. Thus the white race will disappear. For mixing our most dangerous enemy will become only a memory. We shall embark upon an era of 10,000 years of peace and plenty, the Pax Judaica, and our race will rule undisputed over the world. Our superior intelligence will easily enable us to retain mastery over a world of dark peoples. So they're saying, I don't want to sound racist, they're racist. They're saying the whites are smart, and they're saying that the blacks aren't. That's what they're saying. They're saying it, yeah? By mixing our races, they're going to dumb us down. That's what they're saying. They'll be even smarter. They're smarter than us now. They'll be even smarter than us then. It'll be easy to control a race of mixed blood. And what have we done? We've played right into it. By watching this bullshit on TV, stop doing it. Stop watching all these stuff on TV and thinking it's cool. Oh, that's that's a mix. Like I said, I'm not against, but this is something that they do push really heavily in Hollywood, in the music industry, everything. Why? Now you know. And it's also a fact when you see these, you know how they're meant to be so well endowed. Well, actually, if you look it up, they just find the ones that are really well endowed and they put them on there. Look, there's not a huge difference. That's just all a stereotype, okay? But I don't want to go into that either. It's just part of their whole agenda. Question from Gathering. Rabbi Rabinovitch, what about the various religions after the Third World War? Religions. Rabinovitch, there will be no more religions. Not only would the existence of a priest class remain a constant danger to our rule, but belief in an afterlife would give spiritual strength to irreconcilable elements in many countries and enable them to resist us. They want to take away our belief in religion so we won't resist. The thing is, they created the Jews 3,000 years ago, created all the religion systems. But there is a creator, and there is evil. There's good, there's evil. So, I mean, if you want to, I think God's actually a term which it means enslavement, to be honest with you. So you don't really want to use that. You want to use the word creator. Creator of all creations. So the priest class remain a constant danger to our rule. This is also something I've got documents saying that the Illuminati or the Jews, whatever, brought out the whole priest touching children thing. It's not really true, right? It's all something that the media push as well because they're owned by them. It's because they are trying to do away with Christianity and all that. Yes, Christianity was made up by them, but the beliefs and the ideals of Christianity are beautiful because it's all about helping your neighbor and helping, like, it's nothing wrong with that. They think helping people is weak. They think take care of yourself. Survival of the fittest. It's in that document that I'm reading. We will, however, retain the rituals and customs of Judaism as the mark of our hereditary ruling caste, strengthening our racial laws so that no Jew will be allowed to marry outside of our race, nor will any stranger be accepted by us. We may have to repeat the grim days of World War II. Remember, I told you the Jews murdered 5 million non-Jews, and I've told you how they did it. Like 5 million Jews, and I've got documents proving that too, through the Nazi Party, because the Ashkenazi Jews were the SS. The German soldiers in grey were most likely unaware, they weren't Jews, that they were actually fighting for Jews on the front lines and all that sort of stuff. But either way, 5 million non-Jews were murdered in camps and stuff. Now, how do you make 5 million non-Jew bodies just completely disappear? You firebomb the shit out of Dresden and all those countries. It's incendiary bombs, because they even said they couldn't even tell if it was a body anymore, or if it was a person. Just ash, completely like wiped out. So that's what they're doing. They were actually illegally immigrating, even through World War II. They were going to deportation camps, not death camps. So let's just see what this has to say. Yeah, we may have to repeat the grim days of World War II, when we were forced to let the Hitlerite bandits sacrifice some of our people in order that we may have adequate documentation and witnesses to legally justify our trial and execution of the leaders of America and Russia as war criminals after we have dictated the peace. Okay, so yes, 129,000 Sephardic Jews died. Wow. They were in heavy labour camps, and yeah, I guess they probably did murder some of them. But that was like the point out there. They murdered some of them, right? They sacrificed some of them. They may have to sacrifice some of theirs. They didn't sacrifice 5 million. They sacrificed 129,000. Why? This was for the propaganda shots. This was all the photos that you see. Those were those 129,000 were the only Jews that were persecuted in World War II for their cause of getting Israel. Now, the reality was the people in the death camps were German non-Jews and Polish non-Jews and whatever have you, Invasion of the body snatchers. So we were forced to let the Hitlerite bandits, they let them sacrifice some of our people in order that we may have adequate documentation and witnesses to legally justify our trial and execution of the leaders of America and Russia as war criminals after we have dictated the peace. I am sure you will need little preparation for such a duty. Your sacrifice has always been the watchword of our people, and the death of a few thousand Jews in exchange for world leadership is indeed a small price to pay. It says the death of a few thousand Jews. Why? Because 121,000 were in the heavy labour camps and photographed and that, but a few thousand died. Just letting you know. Oh wow! Please share this. This is it. We've got them. Don't you understand? We fucking have them right here. Don't let me down. Make this fucking viral. To convince you of the certainty of that leadership, let me point out to you how we have turned all of the inventions of the white man into weapons against him. Oh my God. I've told you everything. The stove, this computer, everything we touch is killing us. This is good. It's because they manipulated petroleum. They put petroleum in everything, but they've manipulated petroleum to make it so toxic. Everything. It's in the glasses I'm wearing. It's everything. The clothes I'm wearing, textile. Uh, his printing presses and radios are the mouthpieces of our desires, and his heavy industry manufactures the instruments which he sends out to arm Asia and Africa against him. Our interests. So we're creating weapons and we're sending them out to the countries that are going to attack us with them. Our interests in Washington are greatly extending the Point 4 program for developing industry in the backward areas of the world, so that after the industrial plants and cities of Europe and America are destroyed by atomic warfare, the whites can offer no resistance against the large masses of the dark races, who will maintain all unchallenged technological superiority. And so, and mind you, I'm going to point out, Israel was supplying these transmitters and all that sort of shit to Africa, South Africa, in the 70s, and testing nuclear weapons off the coast of South Africa. Documents about that too. So that after the industrial plants and cities of Europe and America are destroyed by atomic warfare, the whites can offer no resistance against the large masses of dark races who will maintain all unchallenged technological superiority. And so, with the vision of world victory before you, go back to your countries and intensify your good work. They're all from different countries. Until that approaching day when Israel will reveal herself in all her glorious destiny as the light of the world. Ooh-wee. Fuck you, Israel. Fuck you hard. So now there's like just this last page is in bloody running writing or cursive, whatever you want to call it. Congratulations upon your startling statement, which shocked and surprised so many complicit government officials, which shocked and surprised so many complicit government officials and congressmen. In this envelope is something which will shock them more. A copy of this has been sent to John Foster Dulles. John Foster Dulles is the brother of Alan Dulles, the head of the CIA, and John Dulles was SS, like he was working with the SS, the German SS, the Nazis, the Ashkenazis. And so to John Foster Dulles and General Omar Bradley. Omar Bradley was like well up in the American Army, like 4-star general, 3-star general, I think 4-star. Also, many leading something and citing and in Australia. Again, congratulations, you. Something I am the when you receive this. I don't something trust anyone but I don't trust anyone, but it says a name. I can't read it. Evonfont. Evonfont. Mm. Well, anyway, that's the end of that. It was only a short reading. I've really, wow. So when I've clicked end broadcast, I'll add the link to this. You gotta read it. Share the link. Share it. Fuck me. This is it. This is what I have been looking for, like, for ages. I've wanted. I knew this. I knew it all, but I had to have the evidence. And I had a vision of bloody 1218, 1218 for whatever reason. And well, I get visions of numbers in my head. I can't help it. And every time I look it up, something fantastic. So there we go. I could say, fuck you, Israel, fuck you, Illuminati, fuck you, Judaism, fuck you, Lubavitchism, fuck you, Shabbat, fuck you, Torah, fuck you, Mishnah Torah, fuck you, Talmud, fuck you, Netanyahu, fuck you, Ashkenazis, fuck you, Sephardics, fuck you all. We will win this because knowledge is power and we now have the knowledge. Stay safe. I love you all. Watch each other's backs. It's coming. This is coming. They want you to die. They want you to die and be slaves. Just remember that. I'll be back later today to read more of that Secret Teachings document.